Всем привет! У нас сегодня в гостях Skiter. Будем задавать ему разные каверные вопросы.
You won so many tournaments last season and you were favorites at TI. Do you feel some pressure about it?
Did you feel?
I think we talked about it a lot in the team that, obviously everyone thinks we are favorites coming to these big tournaments. But I try to always tell my teammates and myself that maybe if you were the best at certain tournament, a certain day doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be the best again. Because in Dota you can be the best one day and then the worst the next day. So it's all about like being humble and keeping up the hard work. And hopefully, some luck will also come and you're going to win.
And what about lower bracket? When you fell there, was it extra pressure to,
I mean, the way we look at losses, we try to learn the most. So when we lost to Tundra, we learned a lot from them. So I think we definitely, it helped us win a lot of the lower bracket games we played. But then at the end, we still lost to them again, so which was pretty sad to see Gladiators and Liquid in finals, and we didn't get to play against them or lose to them. We only lost to like Tundra 2 times in a row, which was pretty sad.
What do you think was the main reason for the second loss? Were they still like better, or maybe you?
I mean, definitely they were better. I'm not gonna pretend like we were better and we lost. But one unlucky thing that happened to us, that we were the team that played the very first series of the day. I think that was at 10 a.m. or something. And then we ended up playing the last series of the day, which is pretty unlucky, and I think it's unfair to whoever would be in that spot. But I guess that's just life.
What can you say about reshuffles for this season?
I think this is probably the most, not really chaotic, but the biggest reshuffle over like last couple of years. I think half of Team Spirit players taking a break is obviously a big deal because they are like a big part of the scene. And also like you have a lot of these like Nera, my friend who won TI again now is making a new team, leaving Liquid, which is pretty controversial as well. You won't really see this. I was joking that it's like a reverse AOI because he got kicked out
after winning.
But now Nera decided to leave and join his new team. But yeah, I'm just happy that we managed to stay together, and hopefully it's gonna give us advantage in these first couple of tournaments where people are still like gelling together and trying to learn how to play with each other.
But whom do you think was the champion of these reshuffles?
I mean that's so hard to say because we haven't really seen anyone play, but
From your intuition, maybe, like just by seeing the rosters.
I would like to see the new Tundra roster, because I think Nera obviously he wants to create this new team. Saxa, we won TI together, so they're obviously a good player. And then now they have like I'm pretty sure Epileptic Kid is also hungry to prove himself.
Oh wow, Epileptic Kid, not Nightfall, not Psycha.
No, all those names are bad.
Okay, you choose the best one.
Yes.
Okay, but do you actually think, because in Russian community he's considered this timid player, like at BKB, TP or whatever. What do you think about it?
I mean, obviously we also joked about it when we played them in the finals, but obviously the guys like consistently rank like one or in very high leaderboard, so that proves that he's good. He just needs to fix a couple of problems and he can be good for sure.
You also one of a few teams who didn't shuffle. How big did you get this decision?
So we had a pretty big talk after the TI because obviously we got top 4, which is objectively a pretty good result, but we had higher expectations. We wanted to win the whole thing, so it wasn't really devastating, but it was definitely sad for us to not go higher than that. But we talked afterwards and realized that we had a very successful season. We won a lot of tournaments, and we just kind of figured out that there is a space to improve individually and for us as a team, and we're gonna give it one more year and then see how it goes.
So you didn't even consider other offers? I'm sure you guys...
Not really, because our contract lasts a little bit longer than this, so it's not that easy to get us out anyways.
Okay.
There were some jokes, we were joking about stats, but in reality, like we didn't want to change anything.
Okay.
How did you guys prepare for this tournament?
I mean, our preparation were pretty bad. I think we had like one day of scrim. We had to get Stas here. Amar is having some problems with the whole Middle East situation, so we didn't have a lot of practice. We only have 1 day of scrims, but historically, like every time we had some big problems like this or very little practice, we actually won tournaments. So we'll see how it goes this time as well.
What do you think about other teams? Like, is it easy 1 million for your team?
No, I mean, I'll never talk like that because I'm pretty sure anyone can take games or series against us. I was even telling my team that I think the team that I would see having like not really the highest chance, but I think they're the most well practiced is the Avalus team with Soneko and Eki, because I think they played a bunch of qualifiers during this time, and I'm pretty sure they scrimmed the whole time, so I'm pretty sure they're coming here with the most practiced. So I think they are like the team that you could look out for and maybe see how far they go.
A new patch was released recently. How do you feel about it?
I think it brings a breath of fresh air because we don't really want to be playing another tournament on the same patch, especially after TI. So I'm definitely happy about it. But there's been like some big changes regarding the mana boots. You know, we are still trying to understand if the Glepnir nerfs were big enough. So I'm definitely happy that there's something new in Dota, but we are kind of guessing what we think is good or what's bad. We're gonna kind of adjust as the tournament goes through and what heroes are broken and which are not. So other than that, I'm happy. I can't really say much more than that.
So you didn't actually have so much time to study what's...
No, I mean, I personally played like 2 days of pops, but you know how it goes, like those games, you know, are kind of like fake data, you know. So
Everyone studies actually. What do you think about Race Band, Bracer, like that nerf?
I mean, these items were the whole 25 minutes where they double the stats were always like a comeback mechanic. But the problem was like there was always one item that was too good. For example, at the very beginning when they released this in Lima Major, Brave Band was the most broken, right? So everyone was just buying Brave Bands in minute 25. Now it became Bracer. So it was always some problems with this. So I'm just happy they decided to remove it because all these items are supposed to be just good for laning. And you know, if they become like a late
game,
it becomes like a problematic.
Right now we live in semi-kerry meta. Do you enjoy it?
I mean, I'll always just try to play what I think is the best, right? But it's hard to say. I think like in the current Dota environment, anyone can make whatever they think works. Like for example, Team Spirit won Wallachia, right? And Yataro was playing whatever he was always doing. So I think it always just comes down to who is like the strongest team and their understanding on their playstyle and how they execute their heroes. But yeah, I mean, honestly, last 2 years, there's been more like a 3-core heavy, right? Like Gladiators and us and even Liquid. So, I mean, I personally like it because I think this is the most balanced game where everyone gets to shine as a player, even supports. But, you know, I don't mind. Whatever Ice Rock or Valve is going to bring into Dota, I'll be happy to learn it and play like that.
But aren't you bored with the same meta basically for so many years?
I mean, it's not the same meta because items change. We had like the gates, like the map. So I don't really mind it, you know. I just like playing this game, so whatever it is, I'll enjoy doing it.
And how would you change Dota so it becomes a much more entertaining game?
That's a tough question. I mean, I'm not very good at balancing stuff, but let me think. I mean, if you want more entertaining game, I think the map should be smaller again, and I think there should be more encouragements in fighting, and also bigger comeback mechanics, so you have constant fighting and back and forth type of Dota. Because what can happen nowadays is if one team feels weaker, then they try to just split forever, and then they're just kind of delaying the loss, and that's usually pretty boring to watch when all the viewers understand one team has 90% chance to win, and it's all about just how fast or how slow it's gonna take to finish the game. So I'll probably just do something like that.
So thank you for the interview. That was it. Subscribe.